Hi guys, so yesterday, or whenever I upload this, I had made this kind of like little folio, maybe elaborate card. I mean, it depends on what you want to do. You could always also line these sides, but I didn't do that. And I have some leftover paper, and this was just sitting here. I thought, you know what if I try to make like a 5x7 card with this and just, you know, some pretty things. I don't know. We'll see. So if you haven't seen this video, I'll link it for you guys. But for today, we're just going to make like a card from some scrap pieces, and then we'll go from there. I mean, I can involve dies and stuff, but I thought, no, let's just do it all by not die cutting, by just cutting and trimming and see what we come up with. So I do want to make a 5x7. I have a ton of 5x7 card bases, but I want to use a cream color. So I'm just going to grab some cream colored cardstock here, hopefully. And we'll make a card base, and I'll start cutting this down, and I think I'll use this side, but I'll also use maybe this opposite side, you know? We'll see. And then maybe some matte layers, and then use some ephemera and things I already have in my stash to make a card. So I'll be right back. So to make a 5x7, you essentially have to start with a piece is 7x10. So I'll just measure this at 7, but of course you can take an inch and a half off. It depends on your paper. If it's the paper from Michael's, it's off a little bit, so you're definitely going to want to make your measurements knowing it's what you want, right? So 7x10. And then we'll score it at 5 inches. Oh. Actually, you know, I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to make some matte layers real quick. Okay, so this piece of scrap paper happens to be like, I think 8 by something. So we'll figure out what the something is. I know it's not perfectly. First of all, I'm not sure if I cut this perfectly the other day either. So maybe I do like this side of the paper. I don't know. Okay. Let's see what the something is, because that's going to dictate something. Okay, it's like 6 3/4. That's fine. Okay. 6 3/4. So 5x7. If this is 6 3/4, I'll do 4 3/4. And then we have this scrap here that I can still do something with, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe I can just cut a piece of this and run it down the center. Just have something different. It's not like the prettiest paper in the world. The pattern's kind of nothing to write home about, but okay. So we have that. So 6 3/4. Maybe if it's 1.5 inches, is that too wide? Let me see, 1.5 inches. No, that's good. 1.5 inches. Again, if you have dies, it's going to make it much prettier if you want to do something that adds like a little something, a little laciness, a little something cute, you know? That would be nice. It's very plain, this background. I'm going to matte layer that with some gold paper, and I already have this piece cut into this honey gold from Tonic. Otherwise, I would just use like Banner Griffin gold, but that piece is already cut into, so might as well use it. And then we're going to gut it, because if I matte layer this whole thing 5x7, I'm going to do 4 7/8. 6 7/8. That's the matte layering I like, so it's going to be really tight. This whole center piece is not going to be visible, so we don't want to waste that, right? So you can cut it like with your trimmer, like if you want to do some little line up and kind of cut down. Usually I just cut into it with a paper trimmer, and that's good for me. So let's. Oh. And this is a self-healing mat. I probably shouldn't cut into it. I'm sure it's going to start looking bad, but that's all right for my videos, you know. So maybe about 1/4 inch in. Ooh, I pushed really hard on that. Okay. This thing flexing me. Hold on to this area, guys, because that's the junction between those two things. So hold the gray area if you have this craft knife. This one from Diamond Press. Okay, and here. Oh my gosh. There we go. I was like, hot, cold, hot, cold. I'm wearing a sweater and I just roll up the sleeves, and now I need to take it off. Okay. The weather has been real weird out here on top of just everything. Okay. So I did make my own 5x7 card base, so it might be a little off. A lot of times, even if you're using a guillotine or a trimmer, you're still kind of eyeballing where 5 inches is, where 7 inches is, you know, kind of looking at your little lines. You might be a little bit off. And that's okay. And you guys know I've been having issues with all my glues, so I'm going to try to find a glue that I can work with. Thank you guys for your comments. I had mentioned that little My Sweet Petunia gun or whatever glue thing that holds your glue. Maybe it comes with glue. I don't think it does. And people have said they really like that. So, okay. So I appreciate that. Okay, I'm just going to glue this guy down. It's a little bit. Should get a little more at the bottom, but I will. Okay. And then I'll glue this one down for sure. And then that middle strip, I'm not sure if I'm going to glue it down yet. Maybe I put some ephemera behind it, in front of it, you know, I don't know. So, for right now, oh my gosh, the skinniest bead of glue here. Put this guy down. Okay, I'm going to hold that down for a minute. It looks really pretty already. And I'll be right back. So I am using the Ultimate Paper Crafting Collection in the Garden, the Anna Griffin one. And I just jumped right into this. If any of the items I'm using are still available, I'll link those for you guys. Those will probably be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you're purchased items to those links. Sorry, I forgot to mention that at the top. I always do that, but I was just like, let's use this scrap, you know? So there you go. So we have this, and actually I cut it in a way that is pretty even, like where it's cut. I don't like when it's like perfect, like, okay, let's say that row is perfect and this one's half. So that's good. So we ran that down there. Again, it kind of fades away. It's kind of boring. Oh, I wanted to grab the sentiments. Now, of course, I have a ton of sentiments, just sticker sets. Whatever you have will be fun. I'm really into this kit right now. So you are the best, to a wonderful friend. Thinking of you, friend. What did I use before? I used this one, huh? Already. Maybe we do this so we can bring some pink in. Like I said, maybe this sticks down, maybe it doesn't. I don't really like hiding things either. And then also, does that go down the center? I'm going to put a piece of tape right here. And if you have grip mats, you can open your card up and lay it flat, and that would be good. Just wanted to help me hold that down. Maybe this side too. Okay. And wonderful friend. We have these, if I'm bringing pink in, we can bring purple, obviously all these different things. Whatever you have, I have the flourishes. We already have a lot of gold in here, so we'll see if I add any flourishes. I don't know. But I need them. Oh, look at this one. This has a lot going on. It has a whole bird and everything. Kind of interesting. Maybe. We will see. We have big butterflies. We have butterflies on the back. Look, this one's yellow. That's kind of cute. We can make it really simple. Like, to me, that's pretty simple and still really pretty. I feel like I would like a little more color, but I don't know where I would put it. And like I said about this, I don't really want to add more gold. We already have a ton of gold in the background. Huh. Okay, so what if these two guys, I stick them together. Oh, you know what? Okay, so this has a stickiness to it because it's a sticker, but that might come off after a while. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, even though I'm going to do something with that right now. I'm just sticking it to that piece. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on this. So I'm going to put dimensionals. I think I'm just going to stick this down. I wasn't sure if I was going to put things coming out from behind it, So for right now, and I'm going to eyeball that, but if that's, not something you're into, we can do something different. You can kind of measure where 2.5 inches is, right? Or down the center, and then place your piece of accent here. But I'm definitely eyeballing that, guys. Sorry. I mean, I guess I could straighten this out and see a little bit more. If that was over here. Okay, there's 1 inch. That's 2 inches. The half is right here. And so yeah, I'm a little bit off. I could be a little more to the right. 1, 2, half is right here. Half is right here. And we need, oh no, I was actually pretty good. I forgot I did the 1.5 inches, so that means there should be 3/4 inches on one side, 3/4 inches on the other. And so yeah, I was there. Good. Okay, not too bad. I'll probably place this guy on here with his little wings up. But let me put some dimensionals on the back of this so I don't waste your guys' time. Oh, I wanted to pick up another sticker. I'll be right back. So let's talk about the matte layers again before I put everything together. So I like really tight matte layers, but if you like quarters, that's going to be different. So the gold one on the outside is, you know, the card's 5x7. It's 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. This one is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and this strip is 1.5 by 6 3/4. And I think it looks nice. The proportions are nice with that. And then maybe we put this here. Again, I deck that out. And I try to keep this from touching. You know, you can just touch this whole sticker so it's less sticky. You know, hit it with an embossing buddy or a little cornstarch, a little baby powder if you still have that. I don't know. It's harder and harder, I think, nowadays to find baby powder. But, you know, whatever you like. That looks pretty good to me, right? Does that look straight to you guys? And just that dimension really changes things, because honestly, it looked really flat before. And then I was going to put this little guy here. I think he still looks good there. I mean, I always maybe put him and then another one. Do we have another? I know we have a pink one. They're so pretty. Okay, yeah, we need both of them. So I always put their little wings up, and I was telling you guys, if you want to support that, you can put like a little dimensional, just because that way it'll stay up, because obviously when you put it in the envelope, it's going to flatten out. So like this guy, I would put those dimensions there, and I would put glue here after bending him. Another little bend. And let's say that's there. So I'm holding down the center, and then the dimensionals are going to keep his wings open there. I'll be right back. I'm going to hold that down, then we'll work with that guy. And then the smaller guy, I'll do the same thing just to keep his little wings up, but I'm going to cut this in half. We don't need all of that. So kind of close to the middle, because I don't really want it to get held down out here. But this is a really small guy, so you got to give yourself some space so that you can hold the middle down. If you put him too close to the center, it'll be really hard to get that pushed in. And it might still be, so let's see what we got. Cute. Okay, yeah, perfect. So I'm going to hold that. Obviously the 3D adhesive holds quickly. I'll hold that down, clean up a little bit, and see what we made, you know, just with some scraps, obviously with some ephemera. But use whatever you have in your stash, guys. I suppose this is another start from stash. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so that is it. Super quick. You know, I even have a piece of border that I used in my little folio project that I could have brought in here down the center or wherever, but I thought, well, I want to show you guys how to just use paper. You know, I like making compound borders. Maybe we do that in another video, because even just using paper, you can make some really pretty ones, you know. They don't have to be die cut and all fancy or anything. It's going to look really nice, compound and mitered. Lovely. But look how pretty that is with that background that we're not losing, right? So we still see all that beautiful foiling, the images there, the butterflies kind of, you know, reminiscent of the ones that are in the background, and then just our little sentiment and one piece of ephemera, guys. So whatever you have in your stash, you know, you can do things like this. For me, it's just showing you like proportions and how they come together, and I think this one came together really well. So again, 5x7 card, 4 7/8 by 6 7/8 matte layer, 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 top matte layer, and then this guy is 1.5 by 6 3/4, and right down the center. And I think that proportion looks really, really nice. And then, you know, do a little something down the middle, right? Thanks for watching, guys. I'll have images coming up, links as available and appropriate down in the description box. Again, probably embedded in the video here, but at the very top of the description box, if you open that up, there should be a listing too, with the YouTube and HSN links that they have. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.